Please don't touch anything. Classic. First off, I have to warn you, if you're going to watch this video, everything is a spoiler. There's just no way around it. You'll see what the buttons do, and you might see panels that might appear, and you're going to see the solutions to puzzles. You might have noticed that I have not changed the video yet. This is the most basic screen that you can do in the game, with nothing done. And even that I paused, for reasons that you'll understand if you play it. So I've decided to do this review a little bit differently. On the bottom of this video, on the scroll bar, you can see the three parts of this video: the intro, the review, and the verdict. The intro and the verdict are going to be spoiler free. Click on the verdict if you don't want to be spoiled going into this game. This will be the part where I will tell you if it's worth a buy, rent, sale, or skip. So I'm going to start this review up in a few seconds. So it's best to advance this video right now. Waiting a couple seconds. I hope everyone's had a great day, and let's go. The story behind this game is that you're a person who's helping an employee by looking after his workstation console as he uses the restroom. The only thing he asks you to do is please don't touch anything. So you can do as he asks. And it's a pretty quick game. Or you can mess with the really big red button in the center of it. There is a reset lever as well to put everything back to its original position. The more you push the button, the more options that you might uncover. This is a puzzle game where it looks deceptively simple, but is actually very hard. Mainly because the solutions are so obtuse, you're going to need to think about everything around you in order to solve them. It's really sort of the kind of puzzle you might see in an escape room, where you have to look at something and look at the surroundings around you and say, maybe that's a clue on how I proceed. Like, for example, that sign that you see in the corner. That is the most important thing in this room, and reading it carefully and looking at everything will be the key to finishing all 25 endings this thing has to offer. Every time you finish an ending, a light will light up at the bottom of the console. This game is clearly made for a mouse, as scrolling with the analog stick is way too slow, and very imprecise at the same time. For example, look at the speed of just picking a language. I'm not playing around. This is the speed they actually picked for this. But there are some small buttons you need to hit, and it's very easy to click the wrong one, and you have to do it all over again. Well, most of the time it just kind of does a little reset, and you just click a button again. But there are some things that will only move once before an actual reset. You can use the touchscreen in this, and in one of the endings I think it's almost required, as there is no way to move your cursor fast enough to click all the objects before the time runs out. The big green screen in front of you will change, and you'll see different things pop up on it. Usually it had something to do with the city that you see. That's how you know you found an ending. You need to find all the regular endings in order to get a true ending. It would have been nice if they had like a hint system. Honestly, you're most likely going to use a walkthrough to give you some hints for the later endings, because they were very tricky and involved a bunch of steps. Please don't touch anything. Classic is okay. Graphically, it's not going to impress you, and the puzzles were clever enough to keep you guessing. If you like escape rooms and solving those puzzles by looking at the environment around you and figuring out a solution from it, you might enjoy this. However, if you plan on buying this, I would find it on a deep sale. No more than $1.99. It's a very quick game and has almost no replayability, unless you forget how one of the puzzles work. There really isn't much here other than the gimmick of finding how many ways the panel could change. So if this sounds like fun to you, wait for this to go on sale.